Hi, if you struggle with hating yourself, trying to fit in, insecure about who you are, or struggle to know anything about yourself at all, I'm here for you, and I'm gonna teach you how to be like me. Confident. Cultivate an inner self that is intangible to the world's opinion. I'm gonna teach you how to be authentic. I'm gonna teach you how to be better and love better yourself before anything else. And you really need this skill because it's so important in life. And so let's get into my lip combo while you subscribe to me, because I will change your life and we can just get that over with. I'm using a lip plumper just to refresh this before the video starts. How are you today? You probably clicked on this video because you're not confident, but don't worry. We're gonna change that by the end of the video. We are. We're gonna get you the help you need from Lord Talks Beauty, because that's my specialty. You know what I mean? I also love makeup. Well, I love lip gloss. Lip gloss is my specialty too. Okay? Now, I'm going to add this video to the playlist of the keys to discovering yourself. I've created an entire playlist for my subscribers to truly understand the keys of being yourself. So I will add this video to that collage of things in order for you to really experience me, plus the knowledge that I'm giving you for free. Also, I have a playlist on where it's how to be grateful, how to stop people pleasing, how to do this, how to do that. I have mastered these things, and therefore now I can teach them. And I can teach you about confidence. Okay, class in session. Are you paying attention to me? Are you looking to me? Are you looking in my eyes? Okay. First of all, the first thing you probably noticed about me when you clicked on this video is that I smile. And with my smile comes a gap, okay? I'm from America, and I was born here, and my friends are from here, and the schools I went to, the people are from America, and American kids don't like gaps. I mean, all of them, when I was in 5th grade, started getting braces and Invisalign, or all these things that their parents could afford. If you watched my Stop Hating Rich People video, you know that I talked about healthcare a lot, and when I'm rich, that I will really afford healthcare. But I will not be getting braces still, because I love my smile. I adore my smile, okay? But the world, when I was young, did not adore my smile. They thought it was ugly. I have a lisp, I'm talking very constructed right now. I grew up learning how to do that, because honestly, hearing that I have a lisp every time when I already knew I had the lisp was so fucking annoying that I was like, okay, let me suck my tongue in a little so I don't have to sound like this, okay? You know what I mean? So I grew up with a lisp. I wasn't necessarily bullied, because I always knew that I was just that bitch. You know what I mean? I was never bullied. And even when I was, or when somebody made a comment on it, you just kind of had to observe things and not react to them and not take them so personally when it's something that you can't change about yourself. That is my number one tip for confidence. If you can't change it, embrace it and validate it within yourself before you look for other people to validate that with you. And throughout my other videos, you're going to see me say that a lot. Look for the validation and the love within the things that you can't change about yourself from yourself before you expect other people to give you that validation, because they will not give you the validation that you want. What you want to hear, the only person that can tell you what you want to hear is yourself, and the only person that knows you and knows what you want to hear is yourself. And so you have to give yourself all the positive things before you allow people to give you all the negative things, and then go with what they say. Why are you trusting other people before you're trusting yourself? You know? And so I trusted myself. I trusted that I was beautiful. I trusted that my gap was okay. You know, I fixed what I could. My tongue is a little big for my mouth, so I have a lisp and an overbite. So, you know what I mean? So I fixed what I could, but besides that, my gap is fine, and growing up in all my pictures, I'm smiling big and strong because what? I'm gonna stop smiling because a little fucking fifth grader who I know I'm better than and nicer than is telling me that I have a lisp and I have a gap and they don't and they have braces, and it's like, no. You know, and I always go back to growing up poor. It's like my mom always, I mean, now I kind of really understand is like, be grateful for what you have. And it's just like, I kind of like had that mantra in my head all the time because I was being told that all the time. Be grateful for what you have. And it's like, be grateful for the teeth that God gave you. Be grateful for the smile that you can have. Like, you know, just be grateful for your appearance, okay? So yeah, I grew up with a fucking gap, and I also grew up very extremely loud and vibrant and stuff, and those were two kickers away. But you know, I was always the popular ass bitch because why? I was myself. I was confident in who I was. I was confident that I was funny. I was confident that I was pretty. I was confident that I belonged. Therefore, I belonged. I was pretty, and all the things that I just listed. Okay? And now, story time. Let's give you another story. In high school, I've been waiting to tell you guys this one. In high school, these two freaking boys, the high school jocks, the football players, strong, you know what I mean? They thought it was cute to play with me. And in high school, I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship, and I was really working on myself. As much as I was quiet, within the few months I was in school, because by high school, I wanted to get out by senior year, so I had done all my hard work from 8th to 11th grade, and 12th grade I was on the track to just leaving school by 11:15 a.m. And so I had got to school one day. It was in health class. Oh, if you went to high school with me and you're watching this and you remember this and you were in my health class, you remember this because it was embarrassing. Oh boy, was it. So let's get into it. These two popular boys in my high school, I'm not sure where they are. I don't really check up on anybody from high school unless we're friends or anything. But they really hurt my feelings. I mean, I was standing in front of them, and by this time I was doing affirmations, where I'll get to later in the video. But I was standing in front of these two boys, and I don't know how I got into their conversation, but I remember being asked, "Do you think you're a 10?" And I was like, of course. Like, I'm a 10 out of 10, you know, because I was going off all the things I told myself. I'm a nice person. I give good advice. I'm a sweet person. Like, you know, I'm very nice. I'm very appealing. I am very attractive. I'm very outgoing. I'm an extrovert, which I'll get into another video because I'm not an extrovert. I thought I was, but you know, that little Gemini in me, communication and stuff and jumping around, but not an extrovert. But yeah, I was just going like, you know, subconsciously, I just knew all these great things about myself and this great gift that I have to give to the world in my head and my purpose. I knew all these things about myself because I know myself so well, which I will be expanding on how you can do that in further videos. And I also give coaching calls that are now discounted at a really low price, and it will be going up next month, so take advantage of that in my website, in the description, and my bio. But I just knew what I had to give the world and what I had to offer, and I had all these insights about myself because I spent so much time with myself and discussing things with myself and acknowledging things I love about myself, regardless of what people hate about me. You know what I mean? Or people were jealous about it because they didn't have the skills that I had to love myself. So these two boys didn't believe I was a 10. They didn't believe I was a 10. I believed. I don't really care what they believe. You know, that's the mindset you have to go in when you're confident about yourself. You cannot believe what the world thinks about you. You have to believe what you think about yourself. You have to create a mantra of who you are, live by that mantra, become that mantra, and then not give a fuck about what the world thinks, okay? So these boys did not think I was a 10. They thought their girlfriends were a 10. And that's all. I think one of the boys, he thought his girlfriend was a 10. That's the only person who was 10. I was like, in my head, I was like, bitch, if your girlfriend could be a 10, how can I be a 10? But I was just like, whatever. And they were really testing me because at this time I was doing affirmations and stuff, and my whole body got hot in fear, but I didn't let that show because I was just like, whatever. And they're like, you're not a fucking 10, you're not this, you're not that. And I had went on to this whole thing about how I was a 10, and I was like, you really can't tell me if I'm a 10 or not, you know what I mean? And they were just really, really derogatory towards me. Fuck you bitches. Fuck you bitches. Sorry to my mommy, sorry to my grandma, sorry to any of the adults that really love me. I'm sorry, my mouth is dirty. Fuck you guys, because you guys are fucking weird, and they fucking know who they are, and they probably will still be freaking trying to fucking stalk me after high school. So fuck you guys. My grandma's upstairs, she fucking hears me too. Fuck you guys. Had to get that out. But yeah, the only thing these men could say about me, because that I couldn't be confident, they were like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. You had oral sex with this person. And I was like, first of all, that story is so incorrect. Like, you don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. If that's the only thing you know about me, what does that say, bitch? Like, what does that say? Like, you know what I mean? What does that say? Like, what does that say? Like, I wouldn't even get into what actually happened with all that, but it was kind of like that's all they could tell me. And I walked away with that conversation still being a 10. You know, it really hurt my feelings. It really embarrassed me because it was like in front of a lot of people. But that's when I learned, like, not to be, I mean, I learned before that not to be embarrassed. I highly recommend to watch my inner judgment video. Inner self-judgment reflects outer judgment. Watch that video because you will further understand what I'm trying to portray in this video. I kind of just didn't judge myself. I kind of walked away with my head high. I wasn't embarrassed, but I was just astonished. Astonished is the good word. And I told my friend, and I told other people, because I just didn't care. Honestly, it was never that deep, and I'm still a 10 out of 10, bitch. Like, what? And honestly, looking back at it, they probably don't think I was 10 out of 10 when I was explaining this, but I still do, and I still am, and I'm still gonna teach the world how to be confident, right? But anyways, so yeah, that's all they could say about me, one. And two, I had called my brother too, because I was just like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, I know I'm a 10. He also didn't understand me. He was like, no one can be a 10. No one can be a 10. But I'm here to tell you that you can be a 10. And after the fact, like a few months later, he finally understood what I was saying, and he finally incorporated the things I have, like I'm teaching you. And he realized who I was and who I know I am and how I know I am a 10. And yeah, and so even my brother started understanding this. People have this idea that no one can be a 10, but like, no one can be a 10 if no one thinks they're a 10, but I think I'm a 10, so only my opinion matters about myself. No one else's does, you know? Everything I say, please apply it to yourself. Everything I say, apply it to yourself, because the words that are coming out of my mouth are so natural, because I've built a level of self-confidence in myself that these words just flow so naturally. So every single thing that I say about myself or that I'm teaching, please apply it to yourself. Next chapter is on self-judgment. What is self-judgment, you may ask? Self-judgment is when you put yourself under a telescope so bad that you project it onto other people. I made a video about this called Inner Judgment Reflects Outer Judgment. If I was embarrassed in the moment of them telling me I'm not a 10, or if I was gonna judge somebody else for saying that they're a 10, I wouldn't be able to say I'm a 10 because I don't think anyone else could be a 10. Do you understand that thought process? If you don't think anybody can be a 10, you don't think you can be a 10. If you can't be in front of an entire class and get shitted on and your sex life be exposed when it's not even the truth, and walk away with your head high, you will judge the next person. If they ever had that situation, you're going to judge the next person and not be able to walk away with your head high. If you have not cultivated a confidence so strong for no one else to break, a judgment-free zone for yourself, for no one else to break, you will always judge yourself. You will never be confident. You will always be insecure because you judge yourself first. Inner judgment is literally tripping on a bottle of rocks, or, you know, guys, words are just flowing out of my mouth. You know, if you're tripping over rocks and rocks and rocks, and you cry and you judge yourself for crying, and you judge yourself for tripping, and you judge yourself for trying, and you judge yourself for getting up, you're gonna judge everyone else. And honestly, you can see if you judge yourself by how you perceive the world. If you can't cultivate that self-confidence within, you're gonna see how confident you are based on the way you judge other people. So if somebody is tripping, getting up, falling, crying, and you're judging every single one of those aspects, you're judging it within yourself first. So what you're projecting onto the world, you need to see, damn, okay, maybe that's what I need to work on myself. Like if you're judging somebody else's sex life, what problems are you facing and internally struggling with for you to want to bully somebody about how promiscuous they are, how promiscuous they're not? Or what is within you that you're judging somebody else for being fun and happy? Like a lot of people judge me for being so outgoing or happy or excited and very emotionally expressive. But it's like, what within you is creating a space in your outer world to judge somebody that's projecting pure positivity? Why is your inner self rejecting that energy? Are you negative? When you are a negative person, you hate positivity. If you love positivity, you're a positive person. I love positivity because I'm a positive person. If I was a negative person, I would hate positivity. So that's really judgment and inner self projection, and you really need to cultivate an inner self that is intangible to the world's opinion. Perfect. Now, I also created a people-pleasing video where it kind of demonstrates how not to be a people pleaser. I mean, I think I need to remake that video. That was when I first started wanting to do YouTube. That was like my second video. But I think the greatest thing that you get from cultivating confidence and being immaculate of the world's opinions is setting firm boundaries with yourself and firm expectations with yourself and standards with yourself. And I can't give you these standards and expectations. You have to give them to yourself. You have to give yourself the standards and expectations because everyone is different, you know? But you need to make those standards and expectations laid out flat so you don't betray yourself. And that's a big boundary to have for anyone. Don't betray yourself, therefore no one else can betray you because you are loyal to yourself, you trust yourself, and so you expect other people to be loyal and to trust you. Are you really understanding me, my love? And if you really need help understanding this, please link in my description. I offer one-on-one coaching to really get into the nitty-gritty and deeply explain these things to you in your unique perspective. But it's like, you can't betray yourself. And so when you set these boundaries, and make sure they're the best boundaries, because if you're going to set a boundary, you have to make sure it's the best, right? You have to make sure it's the best for yourself. Therefore, everything in the world is the best for you. Everything in the world cultivates what's inside, and it portrays and it projects what's inside. So you need to cultivate an inside world, like inside boundaries that are top tier. No disrespect, no betrayal, no this, because you give all those things to yourself. You respect yourself, you don't betray yourself, and you trust yourself. Those are like the top 3 boundaries that you should be having. You know what I mean? You're emotionally expressive to yourself, therefore you need other people to be emotionally expressive to yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Those are the top boundaries that I can really think of that you need to cultivate within yourself, set for the world, and they abide by it or get the fuck out of your life. That's how you set boundaries, and you don't compromise yourself of those boundaries. And that's how you honestly eliminate people-pleasing behaviors very, very fast. Because once you can do it for yourself, anyone else not doing it for you is done and bye. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the thing I can connect with myself. I had very, very bad communication skills, but one of my friends is really good with communication, and I can see that she has very good communication with herself and other people, and she's very curious and dissects the curiosity with communication, and she doesn't like those gaps, you know what I mean? I really rejected that for a while, like maybe a few months. I really rejected that, but I wanted to change my behavior because I love the friendship. And so I had to look at myself and literally journal. Why don't I like instant communication? Why do I struggle with communication? Why do I not like having uncomfortable conversations? I really had to look within, and immediately like this, conversation, communication, addressing uncomfortable conversations is easy. You know what I mean? It's that easy. And now I'm confident in more boundaries. And this is a continuous cycle of cultivating confidence and cultivating boundaries and cultivating a no self-judgment zone for yourself, okay? So yeah, that's my take on boundaries. Please watch my people pleasing video, and if you need further help, please look at the link in my bio for my coaching calls or my free guide to positive thinking. And that ebook goes into belief systems, how to dissect it, how to journal it, how to know all those things, okay? Affirmations, if you are not already confident, once you implement all the things that I already taught you how to do, you're going to do affirmations. And I listen to a multitude of affirmations, and affirmations are so powerful that after 4 years of moving out of my mom's house and my brother came to my high school graduation, he was like, I almost didn't recognize you. I'm the same person, I look the same, but he almost did not recognize me. My brother told me those words. My brother, babies grew up together, did not recognize me because of affirmations. He didn't even know. Even when I was standing in front of those two boys who were judging me, they didn't even know I was doing affirmations every single day and night because my ex relationship deteriorated. It's like a lot of things that I just really needed to work on and cultivate. And so I looked to affirmations to genuinely start impressioning my subconscious mind, which I will go into in a whole nother video, but this is like surface level and things that you can implement. But I started impressioning my subconscious mind that I am this, I am that, I am that. You know, you need to curate that to yourself because we are all unique, even twins. We're all unique, so you need to curate that into yourself and establish who you want to be, and then look for affirmations on who you want to be in statement. Like, I am confident, I love myself, I am a good communicator, I am this, I am that, okay? And so always listen to this stuff throughout the day, during your workouts, before you go to sleep, while you're taking a shower. You know, not all those times because it's like a habit to build to listen to affirmations. Like, I don't really need affirmations as much, but I am affirming other things in my life now, so I do look to those sometimes. But look for affirmations because they will change your life and your self-concept. Like, I am probably the 1000th person that told you that affirmations work, so obviously they fucking work. And if you don't believe they work, they won't work. And if you believe they work, they will work. And like, just like that, if you believe you're a self-confident person, you will be a self-confident person. And even if that is not established in your life right now, you can look to affirmations to start establishing that in your subconscious mind. Therefore, it projects onto the world because what your subconscious believes is what is projecting. Okay? So yeah, that's my take on confidence, affirmation, self-judgment, and how to be extremely confident. I am extremely confident, so I can extremely and confidently tell you that it is possible to be confident. I've been confident since a child, kind of. I mean, I still had to cultivate confidence within relationships and boundaries and stuff, but nonetheless, I've been confident in myself and who I am for a really, really long time. And so that's why I'm giving this to you. And the confidence that I have created really has helped me with my goal setting, with my self-appearance, with a lot of things I know I can achieve just because I have self-confidence. You are the creator of your reality, and if you are not confident, if you are insecure, your reality is going to deteriorate every single day. Like, it's a 1% thing. Every single day that you're not confident, you're losing value. Every single day. And that's the importance of confidence. Don't lose value. Be important. Be confident. And then when you develop that strong self-confidence, apply it to every single thing in life, and always look to your belief systems. If you don't know what belief systems are and you need help cultivating that, please go download my free ebook on the Essential Guide to Positive Thinking, linked in this description and in my bio. Yeah, so that's the end of this video. You better be confident. You better start being confident. You better know you're confident. You better know you're special. You better know you're empowering. You better know everything about yourself, okay? No lore update today. I love you guys. If you guys want a little mini update, I went on my workout at like 5 a.m., 5:30. Got ready, did this pretty ass makeup, ate a oatmeal and egg for breakfast. Oh, I ran today for a workout. And I'm honestly just working on creating and editing. And yeah, love you.